This is FNN, where we give facts, not nonsense. Okay, so our storyline for today, reports have come out and said that the bolts which caused a door to fly off an Alaska Airlines plane were removed and not replaced. Now, the door blew off during an Alaska Airlines flight last month. It's led to multiple things, including an iPhone surviving a fall of more than 15,000 feet and somehow still being opened. It was a door plug that flew off. 4 bolts were removed at a factory in Wisconsin, and they were never ended up being adequately replaced. This puts Boeing even under more scrutiny. They had a really tough last few years. Alaska Airlines is a United Airlines subsidy, which uses Boeing quite a bit as their main provider, and Boeing has been under so much scrutiny for the last few years, ever since the 737 MAX tragic crashes that happened back in 2018 and 2019, and it's just really interesting and really damning for the company to see the report come out today. Okay, so here's your election 2024 news. Today is the Nevada primary, so there are 2 sides to this. A, the Democratic primary, which you can see the one poll that was conducted for either side that had Joe Biden with 78% of the vote over Marianne Williamson with 2% and Dean Phillips with 1%. Yeah, that really just shows how heavily Biden wins. Biden is expected to gather vote totals in the high 90s tonight. Trump was ruled, a court ruled that Trump is not immune to prosecutions and can be prosecuted. The Trump campaign responded by saying, if immunity is not granted to a president, every future president who leaves office will be immediately indicted by the opposing party. Without complete immunity, a president of the United States would not be able to properly function. That was said by the Trump campaign. You can see here, Nevada has a very complicated Republican primary. Haley's in the primary, Trump's in the caucus awards delegates. And in a Newsmax interview, Trump called for RNC chair Ronna McDaniel to step down from her post, citing low fundraising numbers and bad polling. All right, here's your news and stocks, or your U.S. news. Joe Biden went up today and spoke about a new bipartisan border deal that also included aid for Ukraine and Israel. Biden blamed Trump for kind of the problems because Trump is holding up this bipartisan bill. Nikki Haley does support this bill, but Republicans have used one of their main campaign strategies to pull away from the scenario and try to blame the Democrats. That's for the issues at the border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken came out today and said an agreement with Hamas is possible and that their response to talks of a ceasefire were positive, albeit limited. This is your stocks as of 3:35 p.m. Sorry, I got an orthodontist appointment that I got to go to. The Dow's was up about 54, 57, or about a tenth and a half. NASDAQ was down about 40 points, or 2.5 tenths. And the S&P was down less than a point at the time of recording, or less than a percentage point. All right, temperatures and Winter Storm Kaden, which is finally, we got a winter storm after a while. Still very cold air kind of sitting up in a block up in the Pacific Northwest and areas around it, and that'll be taken advantage of by this new winter storm, which comes offsets of the atmospheric river. As far as temperatures, there will be kind of at least a warm front kind of stalwarting itself kind of in the Great Plains and the Midwest. It'll stay kind of cool in the Northeast, although that warm front will move up into the Northeast. New York City could see temperatures reach the 60s this weekend. Expected precipitation through Thursday. In localized areas of Aspen and such, you could see Rocky Mountains, you could see up to 2 to 3 feet of snow. It will generally be a widespread 3 to 8 inches of snow across a lot of the region where there is snow. You will probably see none to 2 inches of rain if the precipitation turns into rain, and I think that there's probably going to be a pretty potent mix line with this. This has been FNN, where we give facts, not nonsense. Thank you for watching.